Today was very, very interesting because for whatever reason or another, I decided to drink a little coffee and put a Zen in. And for 3 quarters of this fucking practice, I had a Zen in my lower decky, and hell, I don't know. I hate to say this, but yeah, it worked for me. It worked. I guess it relaxed me, kept me from being tense. But I would think that it might have the opposite effect, but dude, I mean, I was putting them straight down the middle there consistently. So the Zins and the coffee, probably a combination of both. Something about coffee and nicotine, man. Something about coffee and nicotine are just that's my jive, man. That's my stuff, and I don't like other drugs. I don't want to do a bunch of other drugs or anything thing like that. But if I had a drug of choice, coffee and nicotine, definitely some hitters. So took some throws today. They were super duper was super duper relaxed and grooving into it. Uh, one of the more consistent, one of the really more consistent days that I've had to practice. I haven't had this consistent of a day in a long time. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a Zen or what have you. But yes, super duper consistent. Throwing them down the middle, straight down the sector like I like to, and yeah, the biggest thing that I've gathered, picked up from today, and I don't know why I couldn't do this with the 15 pounder. With the 15 pounder, I got out of pocket, and I think that I forced that day that I maxed out essentially on the 15 pounder. I think that I forced a lot of those throws, and I shouldn't have forced those throws. I was so worried about the distance that day that I was out of pocket, and I was not doing what probably my two biggest cues are just in general is number one, relax, and then number two is throw your throw. Don't throw somebody else's throw. You see a three-turner or somebody like that to that nature, they might come into the ring hot. And I remember when I threw the 15-pounder, I was coming into the ring hot. I was still completing the throws, but I was throwing it. That's not the way that I'm most effective. I'm most effective when I'm super relaxed on the entry. I get to one, and then I do two, three, four, and I accelerate the ball. I accelerate the ball as I progress through the throw. I don't start off with the ball at a top acceleration. I accelerate the ball through the throw. I watch some people throw, and sometimes it seems like the ball is going as fast as on the entry as it is on the exit. And I don't know which one's more effective or not, but in my brain or just with my body, this is what works for me. This is definitely what works for me is super relaxed entry and then accelerating, not coming into the entry hot. And when I threw the 15 pounder, this was something that I screwed up on. So like I said, one of the biggest cues cue number two is throw your throw. Do what you do, and I think that goes with life too. I mean, you start to look at what other people are doing. You see somebody else making money or what have you, and doing stuff, and they might be doing good. It might be going good for them, but it doesn't mean that you just need to go over there and start doing what somebody else is doing because it looks cool or it's working. I mean, everybody's unique in their own different ways, and you have to figure out what works for you. That's really what that boils down to. And I've thrown enough. I mean, damn, it's been 10 years now. Really, I've been throwing the hammer, and I know it works for me. I know it fucking works for me. Now, why I get out of pocket and get anxious and allow myself to do unnecessary stuff, I don't know. But that's just the nature. I'm human. That's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes I get out of pocket and I rush throws and I just do extra shit sometimes for no godly reason at all. So I've had to learn that's one of the throw my throw. You've got to throw my throw. So that's just the way, and I got to do what works for me. So that worked out. That seemed to really work out, the relaxed entry, and that's what seemed to work out. And I'm going to have to continue doing that. The slower that I start, the slower that I begin the practice, the better off I am. That's probably the biggest thing when I come out and I'm hot. When I'm come out and I'm too focused on distance or how that's going to go, it doesn't. Nothing goes good for me. Nothing does. So important lessons. So, but alas, this is probably one of the best sessions I put together so far. So I'm kind of excited about that. So things are things are That's looking sexy. Things are headed in the right direction. I went to the gym, actually signed up, paid my little fee. Fuck me, pay my little fee. And I got on the Stairmaster for an hour. I got on the fucking Stairmaster for what a shit show. I thought I was going to die the whole fucking time. For an hour, I thought for an hour I wanted to die. For an hour, I wanted to blow my brains off. But I didn't. I finished. That Stairmaster. Well, I'll tell you what, old son, that is a fucking doozy. Wow. Fuck that Stairmaster. That's for damn sure. So, but it was a good workout. Good little. Made sure that I stretched before I left, and that's that. I'm gonna get right back to it tomorrow. And now that I am paying essentially for a weight room, well, there's really like no excuses not to go, because your boy has to get his fucking money's worth. That's the way that I operate. I have to get my money's worth out of that hoe. So, a cheap ass Negro. So, if it comes 2-3 times a day, I'm gonna get my money's worth. You best believe it. They're gonna see me there all the fucking time. So, and even if I'm not feeling good or something's tweeting, I'm gonna find something to do because I'm paying for this bitch. So that's the way that works. My brain can connect those two dots, and that's just the way that I think, and that's the way that I operate. If you're spending money on something, you better fucking use it. So. But alas, I think that's just about all I got. You already know what the deal is. Run on your toes, keep your mouth closed, lock your doors, and save your throws. And most importantly, you live to fight another day. I'm going to get out of here.